Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Nemesis Gaming League, where the grind continues. I'm joined here with the one and only Rocker Man. Rocker Man, how you doing, man?
I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. We had a sweep in the first matchup, but those sweeps happen. And, it was a novice league, so things do happen. But I'm happy to be back, heading to the rival league. Always exciting here in week number 2.
Yeah, week number two, we have two interesting teams. I think, honestly, whenever we did the rival draft, these teams were kind of looked at like, honestly, some of the better ones. And I really do think the they're kind of underperforming right now, so we want to see these teams kind of bounce back here. We have Lightspeed and Mafiosos. Mafiosos had that number one overall pick in the rival draft, Rockerman, and they select Moifin, and right now they're only 1-2, so you'd like to see a little bit better performance out of them, but we all know, the Sloth Org, sometimes it's just there for the vibes, and I know they're vibing.
Yeah, they do get some vibes. They do pass the vibe check. On most occasions, do they pass the win check? Maybe not so much, but I know Sans. He does a lot of research into his teams. He gets some good people in the org. He's brought some good people in Nemesis. So definitely, and Moifin is a great player. He's not one to mess around with, and the season is still young. We're only in week 2, so there's a lot of time for things to happen. Especially Lightspeed needs to turn it around. 0-3 right now. Mafiosos need a good win. I mean, a win here would be big. I mean, 2-2 is just such a big difference than a 1-3 here in terms of early season chances. So hopefully both these teams. I mean, it's a pretty big match.
Yeah, I feel like now is the time to start turning the tables on the season for a lot of teams. Um, it is gonna be an interesting one. I do think this Lightspeed team with Zimity, um, has a lot of potential. So I think this is gonna be the team, look out for. They are 0-3. I can understand being 0-3. I'm 0-3 myself in the rival league. So these guys, I kind of feel for them right here, Rockerman, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and pick Lightspeed to win this series and get their first win on the season.
Yeah, I mean, they might have a good shot here. The one thing I will note about Lightspeed is they don't have their top MMR player, Ghosty, 1751. He is not here, so that is something to note here. And well, Flip, we're just gonna have to see how it's gonna work out.
How will it work out? Indeed, Mafiosos trying to go even. Lightspeed trying to get their first win on the season. Who will come out on top? Moifin trying to make a play early. That one's going to be bouncing right in front of the net. Good save there from Spuff and a good follow-up clear from Marco. Blue Moon Base. Name I've never seen before in the rival league, so gonna be interested to see how he plays here. The Glow Big, though, he's a long-standing member, and Mafiosos, they do have a couple of those on this team, so a couple veterans, seeing if their experience can kind of carry them through the season. Glow Bake trying to get a shot there, not going to happen. Zibity now trying to get an air dribble out of his own half. Gets over one. Blue Moon Base does get beat as well. Moifin had to get the clear. Marco plays it to the corner. Touch there from Moifin messes up his own teammate. Glow kind of awkward as well. Moifin continuing to stay on the ball. And a little bit of panic there from the Mafiosos could have resulted in something. And a lot more pressure here for the Lightspeed continues. Right now, it seems pretty even. The shots back and forth. No one's really found a good opportunity. Trying to see if something can get created here, Rocketman. But right now, these teams kind of feeling each other out.
Yeah, definitely feeling each other out. And you mentioned some veterans here. It's always good here, even in season 11. See some good veterans. Is this one fired towards the net, but can be saved away? I mean, you recognize pretty much everyone on the pitch here. I think minus Blue Moon Base is the only one that's not a veteran. So you got some great players with some good Nemesis experience. And that's kind of stuff you got to rely on, especially when Flip. We talked about it. You're down early in the season. Not the start you wanted. You really gotta lean on these guys to lock it in and you figure it out here.
Can they lock in? Zivity trying to lock in for that goal. Not going to happen there. Blue and base with a great air dribble across. Able to get all the way down to the other half. Lightspeed trying to make a great save, and it happens. Oh my goodness, Zivity, how did you get that one? Marco able to get the clear, and that ball should have been in the net. You're going to want that one back if you're Mafiosos, but you can't let this one in. Moifin has to get a touch to the corner, trying to get it clear now. Gets it past one. Marco waiting, pops it up high. Can he get a follow? Trying to look for the touch, and he does. Spuff, a double committed with him. Zimity could be there for the shot. The Dibble comes through. The ball's just sitting in front of the net, and Glow able to make the clear. Super close plays from both sides right here. Rockerman, and the pressure just keeps continuing. But wow, both these teams making some incredible saves.
Yeah, I mean there have been some insane saves on both sides. I mean just these teams just seem like they really want this one here, and so you love to see in the rival league on stream. great defense. I mean, we talked about it, in the pre-draft. I mean, these players the rival league is higher MMR than ever than we've ever seen before in Nemesis. So we've got a lot of great players. The caliber of players have definitely stepped up, and we've seen it with some big early saves.
Can someone break this stalemate, though? 2 minutes remaining on the clock. We've seen a lot of pressure here for Lightspeed, but the best chances seem to have come from the counterattack for the Mafiosos, and that's kind of where I've seen a lot of great opportunities for him. Can that continue? Lightspeed now trying to find a way through. Marco not going to get past Glow. Glow going to continue with the ball. No boost to work with. Gets a flick over one. Moon able to get the touch. Spuff kind of awkward. Oh, has to get saved by Marco there. And Blue Moon Base trying to continue this pressure. Marco a little awkward. Moifin pops it over to Glow. Glow with the shot. Spuff with the save. These teams not letting this first goal through. Doesn't matter who scores. They think one goal is enough, and that's where it comes. Blue Moon Base with the pinch off of Zimity. And the first goal gets scored.
Yeah, and Blue Moon Base, the rookie, coming through big right on Zim's head and banging it in the back of the 86 miles an hour to find the back of the net on that one. A big shot and a big early lead here for the Mafiosos.
Mafiosos have a lot of shots, so much pressure. A good defensive stand there for the Lightspeed, but not able to finish it all the way through the game. Down 1-0. Can they make the comeback? Can they get some offense going? Only 3 shots to their name so far. Glowbake trying to get another one going for the Mafiosos. Moifin already in the air. Gets one touch. Zimity has to get the touch. And Blue Moon Base there once again off the crossbar. The follow-up is there from Glow, and it's going to be in with a minute remaining.
Oh, that's a big goal there and a huge bump. You just see the harassment there. You see Moifin just say, Marco, see you later, buddy. Throws him into the corner, and Glow just has to drop it into the net. A great shot there, and a good 2-0 lead here in Game 1.
Maybe it's because they don't have their highest salary player, but the Lightspeed not looking all there together. They seem a little bit disjointed. Can they figure it out in this minute? Or is the first game going to go to Mafiosos? More pressure here for the Mafiosos. Moifin puts that ball mid. Zimity able to get the beat on Blue Moon. Spuff already in the air. Glowbake trying to meet him, and he's there, but no follow-up from Lightspeed. Zimity pops it up. He can be super dangerous in the air. Going for the double. He says, here, take it yourself, and he makes him own goal.
Yeah, it's Zimity. I mean, he just has that presence there. Former MVP in the Challenger League, just dropping this one down, and, well, maybe it's a little bit of a goal, a little bit of a pinch, but either way, it finds the back of the net, and that's a good goal to bring within 1.
Able to cut that lead in half. Can they find the tying goal? Blue Moon Base with another great beat. Seen a lot of speed out of this rookie. He's been really on point with Moifin and Glow. Now Moifin trying to get a solo play going. Gets shut down by Zimity. Spuff, he's up in the air. Has a lot of boost. Glow baked is all the way back. Moifin gonna leave that one for him. Glow trying to get another touch. Gets a pop over one. Zim, he's gonna have that touch. And you get a follow. No boost to work with. Does get the flip reset. Spuff off the corner. Can he get the read? He does. That's around Moifin. Moifin gets bumped as well, but Zimity not able to beat him to it. Marco off the corner. That's going to be a free clear there for Moifin. Guess who's downfield? It's Glow. Glow not able to get the touch on the ball. And Zimity, once again, pops it up in the air. Maybe wasting a little too much time. Maybe wasting a little too much boost. But that ball's still in the air. It's going in front of the Lightspeed. Not going to be able to get a shot on target, though. Glow going to let that one dive, but it hits the corner. Glow, 0 boost to work with. Has to get not a great touch there. Zimity pops that one up high, and nobody's going to be able to follow it. The ball does fall, but it was a little nerve-wracking there at the end. Lightspeed not able to take that game. Mafiosos take it 2-1.
Yeah, and I thought there for a second, Flip, we were going to see a foam season 1 moment right there where Glow tried to let the ball drop, but it actually stayed up there, and that one almost made him pay. But I mean, good on Mafiosos. They were able to lock it down there just enough, and I mean that's a very solid Game 1 win, able to hold on with their early 2-goal lead, and I mean that's a great start to the series for them.
A win is a win. Doesn't matter how you get it. But honestly, I think Mafiosos looked really good in this series. In this first game. I think, a lot of their pressure came off of counterattacks, but I think it's because their defense was super solid. They had really good challenges. And going into game number 2, if you're Lightspeed, I saw a lot of solo plays, a lot of air dribbles out of their own back end, and it took so much boost that they couldn't keep the play going. And so I'd like to see maybe a little bit more ground control, a little bit more passing out of their own half, but they got to make some kind of adjustment here if they want to win this game number 2, Rocker Man. This is going to be a tough one. As Mafiosos, they look really strong early. Can they look good here in game number 2? Glow trying to get something going. Not gonna happen, and you want to see Lightspeed trying to make a comeback, get this series to game 5, because that's always the most entertaining ones. We had a very entertaining game last series. This first game of the day was a sweep. Maybe we can get the game 5 going here as Spuff passes that one mid. Marco looking for a touch over 2 when it happens. Boyfriend has to get the save. Zimity just pops that one up high, and Spuff has the answer. Can he get another one? The Finch not going to get through as Glowbake had to get the clear. Marco able to get the follow-up, and Lightspeed seem to be cooking a little bit. Marco with another great touch around 1. Marco's getting the beat on the player. Nobody's able to follow with the shot, though. Spuff trying to get another shot going. Not going to have the pass mid. Glowbake does get the clear. That's not a great touch from Marco gets cut off. Spuff had the touch, but Marco had the shot. And a little bit miscommunication here, Rocker Man. I think Lightspeed, they have a lot of great opportunities. And now it's the opportunity for Mafiosos. I can't pass it to you because the ball's in the back of the net.
Yeah, and that one, just a lot of big mistakes there. Spuff goes past this ball, jumps up, trying to pop it just high, but at some point you just gotta take the ball, you just gotta hit it. And yeah, 2 crucial mistakes there from Lightspeed, and maybe some throwbacks to the last time we saw them on this map in the postseason, where they got scored on by the Chimeras with 0 seconds. I'm sure everyone remembers that one. And another big mistake here on Urban Central, and it cost them an early lead.
Now, can they find the answer? They were able to get 1 goal, but they're not going to have it there. As Glow with another great shot, putting his second one in the back of the net. Rockman, this is just Mafiosos scoring whatever they want.
Yeah, and just catching the defense off there. Marco was a little bit in the corner, and I'm not sure where the third was, somewhere on that right side, but just not back in net. Able to get that one, and good awareness by Glow. Just be quick. Be quick to the ball, put it over the top of the defense, and get yourself a free goal.
Marco trying to get his team on the board. Not going to have anybody mid once again. And it feels like Lightspeed are just not able to communicate like what they want on offense or on defense. Marco able to get a good challenge. Can he get a follow-up touch? Blue Moon base, truly awkward Spuff. Open net, gonna put that one away every time. And finally, they cut this lead in half.
Yeah, finally something happens here, but it's a huge mistake there. Blue Moon base just so awkward, and Spuff just has to get it quick into the net there. Easy little goal for him. And Lightspeed it, they're going to get on the board. We'll just have to see. They're going to have to really cut down on these mistakes, though, on their end. That has been the story of this series thus far.
A great fake there from Spuff. Intentional or not, it worked great. Marco with the shot. Gonna get saved away by Moifin. Could have been a game-tying goal there, but instead it is still 1-2. Now this is where Lightspeed need to be a little bit careful. They get over-aggressive. They get counterattack. Zim already up in the air, trying to make something happen. Nobody up for Mafiosos because they're not worried, but they should be because Marco's putting that one in.
Yeah, Marco coming through, and Zim with a great read off here, able to get another touch on this ball. Almost had the flip reset, but Marco, he was right there, ready to go, and Mafiosos just not really quick to that read there, allowing Lightspeed a little bit too much space on their zone, and Lightspeed able to come back and tie things up.
Lightspeed, they finally found the answer. Can they hold on? Glowbaked trying to make something happen, trying to get that hat trick. Now Spuff off the ceiling. He got the reset, but he had to use the jump to get up to the ball. He didn't have any boost remaining. Could have been an insane clip on stream, but not going to happen there. Marco going for a shot off the wall. That would have been an absolute banger, but that's not going to go in either. Spuff trying to continue this attack. That ball's bouncing straight down. Marco, do you have the read? Not before Moifin does. Spuff staying on this ball, looking for a pass mid to Zimity. Zimity's up in the air. Glow able to meet him, though. And now it's just another game of Lightspeed shooting, Mafioso saving. Who's going to break first? And it's going to be Glow able to get that long clear. Counterattacks is where Lightspeed have suffered. Glow with the shot. That one gets saved. Can he get the follow? He can! Marco able to put that one off. What a save there from Marco. And now it's all about the counterattacks for Lightspeed. Can they make something happen? No. But Rockerman, an absolutely defensive masterclass there. I thought that ball was in for sure. Maybe it's going to go in here. Not going to get that one on target. Zimity trying to get the clear, but now the offense for Mafiosos is ramping up, and Rockerman, I need to catch my breath because that was absolutely insane.
I mean, that was just world class from Marco there. He makes the first save on the goal line, and then you don't even see him. He just comes from completely out of frame. A great recovery. You thought it was an open net, but here comes Marco with a great save. Really showing up there. Was a great player on Orbit last season, moving up this season into Lightspeed. And I mean, no bigger save than that. And if if Lightspeed comes back to win this game, you can look right at that moment there and say that is the big reason why.
Now, can they win the game? That is the question. Zimity trying to get an open net shot, and he does. I think two players had a double commit earlier, and it allowed that open net to come through. Marco with a great beat on Moifin there, and that's the kind of goal that they needed. Now they're up 1 in this game, and Mafiosos, you're a little nervous.
Yeah, it might be a little bit nervous, and I mean, this is what you talked about. Lightspeed now, they turn the tables a little bit. They're the ones that are going to capitalize on Mafiosos overcommitting this time, and a good answer from them. Able to take the lead. And they hold on and tie the series up. Got it just under a minute remaining. See what happens.
Blue Moon trying to get an air dribble going. Gonna leave that one. Moifin tried to take it, but Spuff caught him off early. Moifin now to the backboard. Marco with the dunk and the pinch all the way out. Blue Moon base is there. Can he get the follow-up touch? He's out of boost. Marco meets him midair. Glow trying to take this one to the wall. Zimity says, not today, sir, and Spuff is already up in the air. Couldn't get the touch he wanted. I think he was going for the double, but not going to happen there. Marco trying to go for the double himself. Not going to happen. Moifin's downfield. Zimity, you have to get a touch, and he does. Now Zimity has to get another one as that ball got put off the backboard. Zimity gets a nice control touch over to Spuff. That shot going through. Blue Moon bases are there. Moifin, that pinch going mid. This could be dangerous, but Moifin does get back to it, but too little time remaining on the clock as that touch from Glow is not going to come through. Blue Moon base trying to race Marco to the ball. Marco wins. Moifin puts that one to the corner. Finally, with 0 seconds remaining, are Lightspeed going to get this win? Is it going to happen here in game number 2? They are going to put that one to the ground. And Lightspeed take game number 2, tying the series up 1-1. What a great comeback there from Lightspeed.
Yeah, that was a great comeback. They're down 0-2. It seemed like, a lot of double commits, a lot of over commits, and it seemed like a possibility where they could just collapse. But you had some great defensive plays, some good offense as well on all sides there. And I mean, that's just a great answer by Lightspeed right there. And now they're right back in the thick of things.
Yeah, they are, and I hate calling out players, Rockerman. But I did see a couple mistakes from Blue Moon on the defensive end that I think, those get cleaned up. Mafiosos are right back in this game. I think he was playing really well in game number 1. A lot of solo plays I saw him, a lot of speed, but game number 2 felt a little slower. And so I want to see him, crank up the speed, try to match the speed of this Lightspeed team, because they're playing super fast, and he's been able to keep pace, and Moifin's able to keep pace with an early shot, early goal, 3 seconds in, and they're taking this lead early.
Yeah, not wasting any time here. This one goes off the corner, and yeah, Moifin just gonna get a free bang on net. Marco caught a little bit out, but I think the cheater there, I believe that was Spuff, possibly. Whoever the cheater was, they needed to get to that ball again and make another touch instead of diving for that boost, because he just let Moifin just shoot. And I mean, this guy has tight league experience. This guy's been, in championship performances in Nemesis. So this guy has experiences. Oh my goodness, the bumps. Moifin gonna take it all the way, but the space cleared by a one-man wrecking crew.
The first goal took 3 seconds. He said, I'll take a little bit longer on this one. I'll give you 14. Actually, my math's pretty bad there, but I actually know it's right. Yeah, 14 seconds, eh? Man, don't drop out of school, kids. But that one gonna go in for Moifin, his second goal of this game, and he's trying to carry this team to this game 3 victory. Glow trying to make a play happen here. It was a good pinch, but no shot coming through. Blue Moon, great touch there from Zimity. Blue Moon tried to go for the double. Moifin tried to go for the double off the sidewall. Blue Moon basically going to be there for the shot. No, he's going to be there for the pass. Moifin with the shot off the crossbar. Glowbait, can you put that one away? He can. What a play there from the Mafiosos.
Yeah, the Mafiosos come up big here, trying to shoot that one. Moifin looking for the shot, double crossbar, and Marco just good luck there. Guarded as much as he could, but can only guard so much as Glow coming through. And it's Glow and Moifin there putting on a show early. Only 40 seconds in here, and 3 goals. Those two working very well together right now.
It was also a great pass from Blue Moon. He set that whole play up, really, but I think it's just the pressure as a whole. As another really good pass there over to Moifin. Moifin with the musty flick. Could have been an absolute beauty. Moifin gets the bump. Somebody couldn't get the save, so Marco had to bail him out. Marco able to get that long clear. Moifin pops this one up in the air. Lightspeed, do you have any boost to answer? Can you find somebody on the backboard? Zimity able to get to that ball. Spuff now going to the sidewall. Gets beat out by Blue Moon base. There's the speed I was talking about as Marco has to clear that one to the side. Zimity off to the sidewall. Glow already there. That ball bouncing mid. Good touch there from Marco to not let Moifin get a shot. But guess who's there? It's Blue Moon. Spuff able to get the save on that one. That ball cleared all the way down by his own, by Blue Moon Base himself cleared that one actually, so it was kind of a back pass. Is it working out now as the counterattack's coming through? Glow off the crossbar with that flick. Moifin not able to put that one away, and the pressure here continuing once again for Mafiosos. Last game, Rocketman, it felt like Lightspeed had all the pressure, and it was Mafiosos getting suffocated, but this game, the script has flipped completely, and 3 minutes remaining. I want to see Lightspeed with a little bit more action, but we're only going to see Moifin in these beautiful shots, and Glowbake with these beautiful passes. That's a hat trick for Moifin.
Yeah, the Hattie comes through. I mean, just a pass, and I mean, Moifin just an absolute screamer. Good luck, Spuff, trying to save that one. Just going at Mach 10 right into the back of his net. And yeah, the Mafiosos, man, they are putting on some relentless pressure. You're exactly right. They flipped the script from the last game, and they just put everything on. This could be a big opportunity, but no one there to follow via the demo.
Yeah, the 4-0 lead is kind of huge. There's still plenty of time remaining for the comeback to happen, but Lightspeed, you got to make it happen fast. That's a great way to do it. Marco's pass was great. No follow-up shot, though. Good touch there from Glow. Glow gonna make it an air dribble. Gonna try to find the double touch, but Marco is on the backboard. Trying to get the clear. Marco trying to make something happen, as he did on that great defensive play. And he makes some great offensive plays coming. No, Zimity not able to get the flick either. No one back. It's going to be Marco in the air early. Moifin with a good touch to the sidewall. Able to get over one, but not over Marco. Zimity's up, but Blue Moon Base able to get the touch before him. Glow Baked just kind of giving that one over to Spuff, making him a little awkward. Trying to get the follow-up touch, not going to happen. Just wasting more time off this clock. Rockman, I feel like every second should be precious to this Lightspeed team. They should be looking to score as quickly as possible, because 4 goals, that's a pretty big deficit to come back from.
Yeah, they came back from 2 in the last game, but 4 is a whole different beast, especially now we're under 2 minutes. Try to find 4. It's going to be a very tall task here, as this one it's going to get even taller, as Blue Moon Base going to pinch it in. A great little pass there from Moifin.
Moifin with the double touch pass. Zimity just couldn't get the read, but another really good dunk there from Blue Moon, and it feels like this Mafioso team, they're really committed to making this attack work, but they're also really good at getting back on defense, so you would think Blue Moon would be a little bit hesitant to go for it, but he's that second man, and he has full faith of getting that goal, and I think this offense is really working because of it. Now, can they get one more going? No, Moifin not able to get the read. Glowbake looking for the pass man, and guess who's there? It's Blue Moon once again with the shot. And this is what I'm talking about, Rockman. We just saw Moifin go for the ball. He's not even back yet, but Blue Moon says, here, I'm there for the pass every day of the week, and he gets that one away.
Yeah, I think Mafiosos really just realized that, hey, we could be faster than these guys. They should not be the ones dictating the pace, and it's really showing here in Game 3. Just all the pressure on their side, all the goals, and even more Blue Moon Base. He wants to get in on the hat-trick fun, and he's got 3 now.
You know what? He's stepping up hard this game, but a really good kickoff there, and, Spuff just not back in time. And, Rocketman, do you think they let one in for the Brazil, or, they're trying to run up the score, maybe hit 10, because they got time for it?
Hey, if I'm running it up. I don't care. Let's keep going. Keep it rolling. Just completely demoralize the other team. Don't let them get anything, even if it is for the good old Brazil. If it happens, it happens, but I would keep selling out, keep putting this pressure on, because right now it is working, and you can just keep it rolling as the aerial demo coming through right there. And yeah, I mean, this, regardless, either way you look at it, this is going to be a big Mafiosos win heading into Game 4. Have a great chance to close out the series. Lightspeed just need to find any way to salvage even a sliver of momentum.
You'll be looking to your highest out player, but like you said earlier, Ghosty's gone. He's just not here. He's ghosting, if you will. He is just not in the frame. It's Glowbait able to. I thought he was gonna put that one away, but just elects to not shoot the ball. Marco's gonna have the clear. Maybe looking for the Brazil. Sorry, that was Spuff. Spuff gets the clear. They have the same exact cards in this. It's really hard to tell sometimes, but this this Lightspeed team, you would like to see their highest out player in this game, and maybe they'd be able to make something happen, but this has to be a demoralizing loss. And 7-0, they're kind of just wasting time at this point, trying to get game number 4, get to Forbidden Temple, see if they can make some magic happen on that pitch, because that's where it's going to happen if it's going to be anywhere. But can we get one more goal before we hit the road? It's going to be Glowbake with the shot, going to go wide, and that one should just fall. Mafiosos take game number 3, Rocker Man. Going into game 4, It's gonna be a tall task here for Lightspeed, but I think they can do it. I have faith, but they gotta make some changes.
Yeah, they really gotta find something here. I mean, Mafiosos just kind of had their way, just manhandled Lightspeed in that game, and a great performance for them. I mean, you mentioned it. We saw the double hat trick coming through, Glowbake with a playmaker there. So I mean, these guys really just kind of were cooking, and Lightspeed. You got to get them out of the kitchen here, heading into Forbidden Temple. Stop letting these guys get whatever they want. I mean, just so much pressure. It was 13-3 in the shot department flip. I mean, you're not going to win probably any games if you give up 13 shots like that, only get 3 in return. So, I mean, Lightspeed, you had a great performance in that game number 2. You got to find a way to channel it, push this one out of your mind, and try to work it back.
Can they do it? That's a question. They are taking the whole minute, Rockman. They're talking,
They're thinking.
or they're going to a bathroom break. I don't know, but something's happening on that Lightspeed side.
Got
They're
it.
not ready enough quite yet. They want to get ready.
Yeah, you gotta take the time sometimes to wait it out, to prepare, either mentally prepare. I mean, they're just trying to push that game out of their mind as much as possible. Let it settle, let it go, and head to Forbidden Temple and see if you can send us to Game 5.
And they make the Game 5 dream happen. After that 7-0 game, it's gonna be a tough task. They're gonna try to start here early. Zimity with the pre-jump, not gonna have the read there. Spuff off his own corner. Gets the touch over Glow, does get demoed for his efforts though. Moifin off the sidewall. Moifin maybe looking for a pass. No, he's looking for the shot. The Musty is a little bit off target. Not gonna put that one on. Marco off the corner. That ball's gonna go out to Zimity, but Blue Moon base with the 50. Is that on target? No, just wide, but it's gonna be Glow Baked continuing this pressure. Zimity, no boost to work with. Moifin now gonna try to find a pass mid. Could it happen? No. It is not gonna go through there. Zimity now trying to find the double. Not gonna get anything on Blue Moon. Blue Moon also gets the double touch off his own sidewall. Moifin with the clear. Spuff to the sidewall. Can he get the follow? No, he's gonna leave that one for Zimity, who pops it back up to him. Spuff puts that one over to Marco. Marco gets his shot blocked by Glowbake, but a little bit more passing we're seeing out of this Lightspeed team, and that's what I think we were lacking a lot of. It was a lot of solo plays, not a lot of passing. I think they're starting to trust each other a little bit more, maybe look for each other. That's Marco, finds the pass over to Spuff. The team play's coming through, and so are the goals.
Yeah, and that's just a huge little play here. They get it out. Marco faking it underneath, and just a little hezzy on Moifin there. Hesitated through the pass to the left there. Good finish by Spuff, and Lightspeed right back in and looking to get that Game 5 alert going.
1-0 lead. I'm pretty sure Lightspeed, this is like the first time you've had the lead except for your win. And that was, it wasn't a long lead you guys had there, so I want to see how Mafiosos play from behind here. We've seen a lot of pressure out of them whenever they're ahead, but whenever they're playing from behind, you might oversell a little bit, and that defense could start to crumble. But it's only a 1-goal lead. They're still going to continue to look for these passes as Glowbake couldn't get that shot to go through. Spuff with a good touch towards the midfield. Moifin's going to be able to answer that one, though. Moifin trying to get the pop, and he does over Zimity. Marco's up. He meets Blue Moon base in the air, and Marco gets that lucky pinch all the way out. But that's just another great pass there over to Moifin. Moifin not going to go for the double. Blue Moon base all the way back in his own corner. Marco not going to have the double touch, but Blue Moon does have the boost now to go for that. Glowbake off the back wall. Can he get the double? It's going to go midfield. Nobody's there for the Mafiosos. Moifin trying to continue this pressure, put that one back on target. But usually you would see a Mafiosos player there mid. Now they're trying to find a pass inward, but Glowbake does get his shot blocked. Trying to find a backwards pass. They're trying to find any way through this Lightspeed defense right now. Maybe that can open it up a little bit, but Zimity able to get that touch. Moifin off the ceiling. A lot of things happening for this Mafiosos team, but not a lot of goals, not a lot of opportunities. Maybe a little bit of open space here. Zimity able to get that boost. Moifin's looking for the demo. Zim went for a low touch, but does get beat. And now Moifin with not a lot of boost. And Rocketman, Mafiosos, they seem a little bit scrambled. They don't seem to have the same cohesion that they did in that last game.
Yeah, I mean, Lightspeed is playing very fast as well. I think that's part of the thing. But yeah, we saw Mafiosos just control the pace, and that's a tough thing about that. And this one popped towards the middle. It's a very fast ball. Didn't quite get to a Spuff, but that's the one thing when you blow out a game like that, like we saw in game number 3. Sometimes it's hard to keep that same pressure going into the next one. And Lightspeed, a very good answer thus far. About 2 minutes remaining. They're gonna have to hold on. Could be seeing a game 5.
Minute 43 remaining. Spuff trying to get this ball cleared. Gets a challenge there off his own sidewall. Boyfin now electing to shoot the ball. No, it's going to be a pass to Glowbait. Glowbait couldn't put that one away over Marco. Blue Moon jumping at the moon. Couldn't find what he was jumping at, but he gets past his own teammate Glowbait. Could be a little bit dangerous here now as Marco gets the clear pass one. But Blue Moon Base does get a good touch. And that ball floating to the Lightspeed corner. Boyfin's up with Glowbait, but that is on target! That shot! Oh, it's just gonna hit the post to go out. Could have been an insane read off the corner. Now, the pressure continues for Mafiosos. Can they flip that switch and get this offense going? It's gonna be Boyfin trying to make that play happen. Zimity waiting patiently in his own corner, but that ball's falling straight down. Spuff able to get one touch. Blue Moon trying to put that ball back mid. Boyfin with the shot. Zimity with the clear. Spuff able to get the follow and Lightspeed survive another onslaught of these shots. 45 seconds remaining. Can Mafiosos finally put this last one away? Boyfin not gonna hit the touch there, but it's past 2. Blue Moon, can he get the pass mid? No, you're gonna leave it for Glow, and Glow puts it away with 36 seconds remaining.
Oh, just a crucial double commit. You can't do that here. You just had to hold on for 30 seconds. The double commit comes through, throw it right past the defense, and put it right in the net there. Glow sends it in, and I mean that's just a heartbreaker. But I mean, still only tied. There's still a chance here. You just gotta relock in here.
Glow trying to get this game not even to go to overtime. Spuff passes that one over to Boyfin, able to get the follow-up save. Spuff with 0 boost, but Zimity's in their corner. What is he doing over there? I don't know, but he's taking their corner boost. Marco not gonna have that touch. Boyfin trying to get past one. He does. Looking for a pass mid. Not going to get there. Nobody waiting in the midfield for him. Spuff with one touch. Whoa. Is that going to be a shot? Blue Moon able to get the save over to Boyfin. Boyfin trying to drop it down to Glow. Glow going to pop that one up high. Guess who's going to be there? It's Marco again on the defensive end. Zimity taking his time. Tries to get that pop over Glow. Not going to happen there. Marco trying to keep that ball alive, but that ball is going to bounce only for Boyfin. But Marco comes from the ceiling to slam it down. We've got overtime.
Yeah, overtime here on Forbidden Temple. Will we see some chaos? Will we see game 5? Or can the Mafiosos close it out here and take another win? We're about to find out.
Boyfin, that last man trying to keep this pressure up for the Mafiosos. They loved having that pressure in game number 3. Game 4 here, been a little bit more even. Marco, a little bit out of position. Boyfin can capitalize on this. Can he get a follow-up touch? Zimity has to 50 him. Blue Moon trying to get another touch on this ball. It's just going to be left for Marco to get a Glowbait now. Trying to get the follow-up. Not going to get a great touch there. Spuff able to corral it. Spuff with 0 boost though, and these attacks from Lightspeed, they're starting to pile up. And Zimity with the bounce off the sidewall, able to put that one away. And we're going to game 5.
Forbidden Temple bounce right here. A 50 comes through, and it's going to go right into the net. And why not? Why not have that happen here on this map? Lightspeed gonna send us to game 5. Get the alerts out. Send them. We're heading that way.
Game 5, you know, it's doable, but man, these losses are the ones that hurt the most. And if you're Lightspeed and you lose in game 5 to go 0-4 to start the season, it's gonna hurt a lot. So you want this win more than anything. Mafiosos getting this game 5 win, it could turn your whole season around. You know, going even, this is the start of being above 500, but you got to start somewhere. And going 2-2, heading into week 3, would be huge. Who's going to make it happen on Champions Field? That is the question that will be answered in these next 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's a big match here, and we talked about it. It's, you know, it's game 5. It's always hype. It's always exciting, you know, on stream. But I feel like it's early in the season. Don't get me wrong, Flip, but this is such a crucial match for both teams. Lightspeed trying to avoid going 0-4. Mafiosos 2-2 is just a world of difference from 1-3. So both these teams, they know the importance of this match. They gotta lock in who is gonna step up in game 5. And we're underway.
I believe in Lightspeed. I predicted them to win this one, and I think I need to see a little bit out of my boy Zimity. He was, I should say, last season, an absolute playmaker. This game, haven't seen too much. I've seen a lot out of Marco and Spuff. Want to see some more out of Zimity, and game number 5 is where I think it's going to happen. But right now, it's going to be Glow and Boyfin making some plays. Blue Moon trying to get the shot, but you're last man, and that's what I was talking about. They're so committed to the offense, but the defense wasn't there that time, and Spuff puts it away.
Yeah, Blue Moon going in there. I mean, he challenges that ball, but just Glow not quick enough to get back. And the counter comes through. Spuff able to send it in, and Lightspeed, after getting blown out in that game 3, they're looking poised here to say, hey, that was a fluke. But Glow trying to turn it around. He's going to flick it to the net. It's off the post, but Blue Moon going to come back and finish it off. We're right back to a tied ball game.
Okay, Rocket Man, I have a huge pet peeve in Rocket League, and that is whenever you go for the corner boost, people always turn upfield. Turn back to net. They have so much faith in the kickoff that it's going to go to them. But turn back to net, and I promise you, that goal does not get scored, like, ever. It's just 10 times safer. It's so much better. But you know what? Doesn't matter now. The game's 1-1, and it's tied in Game 5, and Mafiosos looking to take a lead here. Marco able to get that clear off the back wall. Blue Moon gonna be popped right over Moifin's head. Zimity with a little bit of time on the ball, but Glow shutting that down immediately. Knows how dangerous Zimity can be. Moifin trying to find the double. Doesn't no boost to work with. He leaves it for Blue Moon. Marco with the save. Marco not gonna get there, but Zimity is. The pre-flip save. But there's the pass. Glow beaked is there. And oh my goodness, it doesn't matter how many times you save the ball. That one's in your net.
Oh my goodness, I mean, just so many great saves. Marco makes a great save, Zim makes a great save, but you can only hold on for so long before a screamer in the top bins there. And Mafiosos back to their pressuring ways. A great goal from them, giving themselves the lead.
2-1. Mafiosos, they have taken the lead. And now, can Lightspeed answer back? 3.5 minutes remaining. Spuff trying to get something going. Last time they scored, it was a huge overcommit by their third man. Can they get some actual offense going? Because other than that, it has been all Mafiosos. Zimity, not a lot of boost to work with. Tries to get a 50. That one gonna be left for Glow. Glow. Spuff not able to get that touch. And Moifin with the shot, and bounced off the crossbar. Glow baked, putting that one off the back wall. Blue Moon did dive in once again, but Moifin was back that time. Now Moifin trying to get a pinch, maybe. Oh my goodness. Look out, boys and girls. Moifin, he's coming to your net.
Oh my goodness, Moifin with the ground pinch over 2 defenders. Look at that one. My goodness, that is a highlight reel play in Game 5. Moifin trying to lead his team to this victory.
Oh my goodness. That pinch, that's, Grebsy would call that a certain type of pinch, if you know what I'm saying. But that one, gonna be an absolute huge play there. And honestly, more importantly than that, Rocketman, it is this pressure from Mafiosos as a whole. Lightspeed trying to get their second shot on the board. They've had one shot. It did turn into a goal, but it was only a counterattack. We got to see some offense coming out of these boys. It's been half a game. They had one shot compared to their opponents, now 8. And Glowbake trying to get one more going. That one's just going to go to the corner. Buff up in the air, trying to make an air dribble happen. He does have Marco in the midfield. Gets it around Blue Moon, but Marco wasn't there to get the follow-up shot. Marco trying to pop it to himself. Maybe looking for a pass mid. No, he's just going to try to shoot that one, and Blue Moon is there once again. And we saw selflessness from Lightspeed in game number 4. We saw a couple passes come through. Haven't seen that here. I'd like to see more passes. It's what they are good at. They just don't know it. And 2 minutes remaining, Rocket Man, they gotta have some kind of awakening, because these solo plays, they're just not working.
Yeah, they're really not. They gotta find each other here, make the plays happen. Zim trying to take it down underneath, not gonna go. This one an opportunity, but yeah, no, I agree with you completely. They've gotta find these passing plays and not double commit. It's worked well for them in their wins that they've had, but they gotta make it happen here if they're gonna want a chance. Only 1 minute and 40 seconds remaining. Gonna have to find 2.
Glow able to get past 2 Lightspeed defenders there. Blue Moon all the way downfield, waiting for a pass from Moifin, but he's just going to take the shot himself. And the open net secured by Blue Moon, and this overcommit here from Lightspeed is absolutely devastating.
Yeah, just a little bit of an overcommit. I mean, they're trying to get the pressure back on their end, so I do not blame them one bit, but just a tough way there for the pressure to break. Now 1 minute and 30. We're going to need one very quick here, as Zim didn't quite get the back boost like he wanted. Gonna give Mafiosos a chance to regroup.
Zimity still trying to make a play happen, but Moifin able to get a great touch, and Glowbaked is right there. Every time Moifin makes a play, is Glowbaked following up on it. And my goodness, what a shot.
Yeah, that's a Season 4 champion for you right there. Glow just gonna dribble it into the net there, flick it right over Zim. and put it in. And yeah, that Moifin Glow combo, it has done wonders in this series, led them this far, and it's looking like it's going to lead them to a Game 5 victory.
You know, Rockerman, we didn't get Brazil in game number 3. But game number 5, it's just as likely 5-1. Absolute stomping here from Mafiosos in game number 5. They showed up when it mattered most. Spuff trying to continue, trying to make something happen. Oh my goodness, Globek pre-jumped that pass from Moifin. It didn't connect, but that's just how confident these guys are. And Blue Moon, with 0 boost, still able to get that good clear off. And 45 seconds remaining. They can kind of just let time take down, but not a lot of boost here from Zimity. Zimity going for the 50 there is Blue Moon able to get the touch. Marco looking for a double. Zimity trying to get a pop that one. Maybe looking for a pass to Marco, but Spuff also jumped and just seems like Lightspeed are a little all over the place. Zimity, no boost to work with. Maybe gonna find Marco in the midfield. Marco gonna try to pass it over to Spuff, I think, but Spuff was going for a demo, and it's just a miscommunication. One after another, but finally it goes in the back of the net. Glow baked with an errant touch, and they'll take that one, but it might be too little too late.
Yeah, it might be definitely a little bit too late, unless somehow 3 goals in 14 seconds. Marco begging for the OT, but I don't think they're gonna allow 3 goals here to force an OT. So I think that'll be it there. As Mafiosos, though, a great performance. They've had a lot of good pressure in this series, Flip, and they really worked. They really worked well.
I think the play between Moifin and Glowbaked was, it was a joy to watch. They were always, rating each other extremely well. Zimity was a good flip reset there, but it was this Mafioso's chemistry. I felt like their offense was fearless, and their defense was usually extremely stable. There were a couple opportunities where I think a better pass out or a better 50 and Lightspeed could counterattack, but all in all, it felt like the Mafiosos, they had a really good 3-man attack, and their defense, it didn't suffer at the cost of that. So overall, it just felt like Mafiosos as a team played extremely well.
Yeah, they really did. I mean, everything was going right for the Mafiosos in that one, and I mean, just a very solid performance overall. Flip from them. I mean, Lightspeed. You feel for them a little bit. They played their hearts out in this series, trying to get their first win of the season, but sometimes it doesn't work out. But I think the good news is they do have some promise there. I mean, they took this Mafiosos team to 5, so it was a close series. I think there's definitely some possibilities, but going into next week, you really got to lock in for both these teams. 0-4 is a very tough hole to dig yourself out of. So Lightspeed got to try to look at the positives, take them into next week, and see what they can do.
They were missing their best player,
This is
so
also
hopefully
true.
goes. Yeah, hopefully he can try to turn these things around. However, like I said, once again, really solid performance as a whole from Mafiosos. I mean, in that last game alone, they each had over 500 points, just telling you how much of a contributor each one of them is. But Rocker, man, that's going to do it here for the rivalry game. We still have one game remaining for us, so it's going to be, a joy to watch. Hopefully, it's another game 5 banger like that one was. But, that's going to be it for us here. One game left. It's Faded versus Vipers going down to the Prospect League. Should be a fun one, Rocker Man, and I'm excited for it.
Yeah, it should be a good one. So make sure you guys stick around, and we will see you guys in a few minutes.
Deuces.